Several weeks ago, I bought a Crucial 4 terabyte NVMe M.2 external, SSD. It was really cheap. And I also bought an Oracle uh, enclosure that runs by a USB-C. So I moved my stuff over from a Samsung T3 and from a Crucial 2 terabyte SATA 3 drive. And there were two directories. Whenever I tried to copy two large directories over, one was a backup of an old MacBook Pro, and the other was um, a Thunderbird backup of all my emails. It caused the drive to dismount. And I tried all sorts of things, but I could not get those directories to copy over. So I compressed them into an archive and then just copied the archive over, and that worked fine. So I didn't know if it's a problem with the NVMe drive, or if it's a problem with the enclosure, or if it's a problem with the Mac OS. But I did a lookup this morning, and it appears that this has been a problem at least for 2 or 3 years. There are a decent number of threads with this problem happening across multiple macOS operating systems. Um, we'll take a look at this one here. It's stable NVMe disks. I'm using USB-C, but this one apparently is a Thunderbolt 3 drive or enclosure. And so interesting. It's possible. Let's see, larger than 2 terabyte with crashing, which enclosure? So it's possible that it's a size issue. It's possible. So yeah, it could be enclosure. It could be the firmware for the enclosure. It could be the drive. Although I rather doubt it's the drive. I have Crucial NVMe um, drives in my Windows desktop, and I've never had a problem with those. Or it could be Mac OS. At any rate, it's something to be aware of. If you want to use an external SSD as a boot drive for an old iMac, which has a hard disk drive, then this could be a factor, because if it hangs or dismounts, then Mac OS will crash. What I do on my 2015 iMac is I use an external SATA 3 drive, and I have never had a problem with SATA 3 drives. The downside, of course, is that my SATA 3 drives run probably 300, maybe possibly 350 Mbps, while this Oracle USB-C drive runs at about 800 Mbps. I do like the performance. The only problems I've had was copying those two directories. It works fine as a NAS drive, and I've been using it for a couple of weeks, and it works perfectly. It is fast and so on, just those two directories. So I copied it over using Archive in Finder, and it's just basically another backup. So just something to be aware of if you decide to go the NVMe route. SATA 3 seems to be a lot more stable. I assume that people do have NVMe disks that work, or else it'd probably be a lot more screaming about it. But just something I ran into. I'm not inclined to switch from the NVMe to a SATA 3, because I don't want to lose the performance. And also, NVMe drives, I think they're cheaper now than SATA 3 drives. So you get, they take up less space, you get more performance, and they cost less. It's kind of hard to disagree with that. I do hope that this problem gets fixed, though, because it can kind of be a gotcha for people that are buying these things and they expect them to work 100%, and for whatever reason they don't seem to.